Welcome to our Sunday night call, and we're really happy to have you here. And it's interesting because my name's Rika Bettino, by the way, and I have been a realtor for many, many years, and I've had a lot of different businesses. And I had an opportunity to meet somebody many years ago who taught me a lot of success principles that impacted a lot of areas of my life. And you're going to get a chance to hear from her today. And somebody once told me, your mind is kind of like a parachute. It works better when it's open. So I encourage you to pay attention, because you know what? Always you can learn some little nugget that could impact your life. And this lady, so, somebody said to me today that, you guys speak so nicely of each other. And I have to say, isn't that refreshing? In today's day and age, to be around a group of people that focus on each other's positive attributes and the greatness. And see, the fun part for me is that it's not hard for me to find something great to say about this lady, because, as I said, she impacted my life financially. She taught me success principles, but also every area of my life. She's helped thousands of people learn success principles and become successful in life. And you guys get a chance to hear from her tonight. And yeah, am I bragging a lot about her? Yes. If someone changed your life that way, wouldn't you? So anyway, without further ado, it is my honor to introduce my mentor and one of my dearest friends in the whole entire world, Miss Sherry Sharman.
Oh, thank you so much, Rika. And it's such a pleasure to see everybody on this call on Sunday. And we appreciate each and every one of you, especially your time. This is such a special day in the sense of having this wonderful person that is going to be presenting our company tonight, because I got to meet him in Dallas, Texas. And I have to say that he was one of my favorite speakers, because when he got up on stage, not only did he speak with his heart, he has an amazing, amazing business mind, but he really got the audience going because he pulls out the best. And that's the kind of person that I like hanging around. I don't know about you. I look at life and I go, I want to be around positive, motivated people. And this man is crowns that. He just is the epitome of that. And not only is he one of our top producers in our company, but he goes and has his own podcast. He's got outreach of thousands upon thousands of people that listen to him every week. And I just am so honored to be able to have him as our speaker, and somebody who's not only an amazing family man, husband, top producer, and friend. And I am so honored to introduce to you Josh Valentine.
Hey Sherry, thank you so much for having me on. I really, really appreciate it. And for those who are on, if you don't know Sherry, this is your first time hearing about her. She is an absolute legend in this industry. I'm just super honored to even be here with her tonight. She's done some really incredible things. She's impacted lives all around the world for decades. Has made millions of dollars in this industry. So I'm just here as a humble student as well. Always privileged to get to learn from her also. And let's jump right into it, guys. I'm really excited to share this information because this is information that absolutely changed my life when I was just 22 years young. By the way, I am a real person. You guys are more than welcome to connect on social media. You can pretty much find me all over the internet. A lot of people know of me for the work that I do as a travel and lifestyle influencer on Instagram as The World Traveler. So you guys are more than welcome to connect on there. And to go a little bit into my story. So my wife and I, we actually went to a military college many years ago. As you can see, this was me in another life. I got recruited to play football at a military school. And for me, I come from very humble beginnings. I was taught, like many of you guys, go to school, get the good grades so you can get the good job. And then I found myself in a space where I was 22 years young. I had the six-figure income with benefits and a pension, working as a merchant marine captain. But I found myself in a space where I was financially free and time broke. Not only that, I was really just tired of working for other people to build their dreams, right? So I started looking up different business models, from franchising to investing to real estate. And a good friend of mine that I went to college with had introduced me to this phenomenal industry when I was just 22 years young. Now, When I was 22, I started building my business part-time while working my job full-time. And by the time I was 24 years young, my wife and I fired our bosses and retired from the workforce and never looked back. So we've had an incredible journey in the world of travel and lifestyle, traveling to all the wonders of the world, all of the inhabited continents, building schools in third world countries, doing all kinds of philanthropy. And we ended up having about three kids in, not about, three kids in about 3 years. So we always joke and say we had a little too much time freedom, but all in all, it's been a blessing because we not only get to homeschool our kids, but we get to world school them and take them to the places most of us just read about in the history books. I just got back from Africa with them. We took them to Cape Town, South Africa, and Zimbabwe on a safari with about 30 family members and friends. This has just been a blessing, guys. So we're excited because today we get to talk to you about a company we just launched back in October in Las Vegas. And this is the evolution of 20 plus years in the making, billions of dollars that have gone into what we call today Club Viago. Viago meaning the way to go. So a lot of people know of me for the work that I do outside of, the travel and lifestyle space. And sometimes I do get the question like, Josh, you have all these incredible things. You have this podcast where you're interviewing, industry experts, celebrities, pro athletes, and all of these things. And sometimes when I get the question, like, why in the world are you doing this travel and lifestyle thing? I oftentimes have to explain to people that my wife and I are faith-based people. We believe in the idea that a wise person leaves an inheritance for their children's children. So one thing I knew about coaching and consulting and speaking and podcasting, these weren't things that I could pass down to my kids. My kids can't coach my clients for me. They couldn't speak on stages for me. So we wanted to be able to pass them down generational wealth. I don't know about you all, but I most certainly do not know the names of my great-grandparents. Why is that? Because they didn't leave us anything. No disrespect to them, but how many of you actually know the names of your great-grandparents? Chances are, if you don't, it's probably because they didn't leave anything behind. And for my wife and I, we wanted to break that generational cycle in our family. And the way we did it was through this amazing platform referred to as Club Viago, the way to go, the ultimate lifestyle club. If there's any way that I can wrap up for you what Viago is in a seashell, I would say this. Viago is kind of like a Costco membership for your travel and your everyday lifestyle. So the cool thing about it, right, is when you become a member within our community, there's actually two components of what we're going to be talking about. The part of what we're talking about is travel and lifestyle. The other half is going to be an optional business side. So when it comes to the travel and lifestyle side of what it is that we do, you're going to be able to get access to a website just like this. Now, this website, I always say it's like an online shopping mall with a travel booking engine. So it's kind of like having a travel agent in your back pocket. You can actually customize and curate your very own experiences from flights, hotels, rental cars, cruises, activities, you name it. You can pretty much book any hotels around the world. 9 out of 10 times, we're going to beat the very best price you're going to find. So prime example, here in this Las Vegas Caesar's Palace example, the way our technology works is we're going to show you the very best public price that you're going to find on websites like Priceline, Expedia, Orbitz. Then we're going to show you our price. And as you can see in this example, you're saving 33% booking through us as opposed to anywhere else online. Miami, Florida at a Noble House Resort. Let's just say you want to do a staycation, business trip, anything like that. Again, public price versus our price. And as you can see, a 37% savings. Now, as amazing as our travel booking is, this is even better. And that's our VIP escapes. The way I like to explain VIP escapes is kind of like, well, why do people join Netflix as opposed to Hulu or Disney or Amazon? They join Netflix simply to get access to Netflix originals that they cannot find anywhere else. And that's the very reason why people join Club Viago, to get access to these VIP escapes, which are turnkey pre-packaged vacations already set up for you. We like to call it the champagne lifestyle on the beer budget. So you have 4- and 5-star experiences at 2- and 3-star prices you're not going to find anywhere. Just like this. So I took this trip with my family. We actually took about 80 family members and friends on this trip to Phuket, Thailand. It was about a year ago. And the way our program works is you book your flight right through the booking engine that we provide you. once you book your flight, most of the time, everything else is included once you get to the airport. So the moment you got to Phuket, you had someone with your name on a sign to pick you up VIP style. All of the transportation throughout Thailand was included. You had a welcome reception party, farewell dinners, Thai massages. We had a sunset dinner cruise. We had an island hopping tour, all of the excursions, activities, meal packages, and a tiger and elephant encounter where we got to pet the wild tigers and elephants. Not that you guys would care to do that, but it did make for an incredible time. And all we paid was $399 per person. That's not per night. That's for the entire stay. And sometimes when people ask me, like, what's the catch? It seems a little too good to be true. How in the world are you guys getting that price? Right? Do you have to like sit in on some kind of timeshare presentation for 2 hours when you get there? Absolutely not. I promise you, I will not be at the resort waiting for you when you get there to present to you. The reason we're able to get those prices is because remember the Costco example. So just like Costco, Sam's, BJ's, we took that same bulk buying subscription model, but we applied it to the travel and lifestyle industry. So we'll take an entire resort, an entire hotel or cruise, negotiate the very lowest price for our members because we get them in bulk. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. Now, this was my wife and I on our last Phuket trip. Guys, Phuket is a vibe. If you haven't been to Phuket, I definitely recommend going. And it was incredible. Many times on these trips, you just cannot compare a typical vacation to a VIP escape. They're not the same thing. We've had people meet their soulmates. Now, I ain't gonna make no promises, guys, but it does happen from time to time. We've had people meet their best friends, their future travel buddies, and all of that. So it's just a phenomenal experience and a much different way to go about your travel. Okay, so now everybody loves them some Bali. And these are our reward escapes. So we do have a point system, and it's $1 per point. So you can actually utilize these points to bring down the total cost of this trip. So in this Bali example, you can see the taxes and fees included, river rafting excursion, lunch, all of that stuff, for just $4.99 after you apply your points. And again, this is not per night. This is for the entire stay. Okay, now, Dubai. I know Sherry was just in Dubai. I was super jealous because she was there for our global launch. We had about 400 people from all around the world. We're in 65 countries worldwide, by the way. So a lot of big motion going on in the world of Viago. And this trip in particular, very similar to her trip. And I actually took a trip just like this. And my Dubai experience was really cool because what I love about our program, you can actually extend your trip if you want. We extended our trip in Egypt to see the pyramids of Giza. Once we got to Dubai, we stayed at a 5-star hotel. We had, again, a welcome reception party. We had a desert safari experience where we got to do dune bashing through the desert, private dinners with private shows in the desert. We had a tour to Abu Dhabi to visit the famous Grand Sheikh Mosque and Ferrari World. We even had an excursion to the very top of the Burj Khalifa and so much more. And if you look at this trip, look at all of those inclusions. All of those inclusions, and you're only spending $449. Okay, so you guys get the point. From 10-day cruises in Greece to Costa Rica, Spain, Italy, you name it. That top left one in South Africa, I just got back from that trip. It was incredible. We went to wine country, all kinds of amazing things. Table Mountain, one of the natural wonders of the world. That's what I love about our program is all of these trips are turnkey prepackaged vacations. Now, as I mentioned, we're travel and lifestyle. So lifestyle is pretty much the well-being of your whole being, how you go about your lifestyle. Now, what I love is we do get access to these Be Well benefits. And I always say it's like a doc in your pocket. My kids, my family, my wife, we don't actually go to hospitals or clinics when we need medication. We just hop on with our doctor right on the phone, and he prescribes us whatever medication or prescriptions we may need. So that's what I love. This is also included with your membership. And honestly, if this is all you got, it would definitely be worth it. Now, we also have daily deals. And sometimes I do get the question, Josh, well, what if I don't really travel very often? And I oftentimes have to explain to people, we're not just a travel savings program, we're a lifestyle savings program. So you can actually utilize the membership every single day. Now, I've had people do all of their Christmas shopping right on their website. In fact, our average member who utilizes daily deals saves over $4,000 a year just on this platform alone. We have over 1 million different retailers that we're partnered with. So the other day when I went to see the Mufasa Lion King movie with my family of 5, we got discounts right on AMC theaters. When I was in Thailand on our leisure day, we had a Muay Thai boxing tournament, ringside seats that we booked for $45. I had a friend book the Usher concert for $67. So there's so many different ways you can utilize it. Restaurants.com, you guys see a bunch of different things, theme parks, concerts, NBA, NFL games, all of that stuff. Okay, so as I get ready to bring this plane in for a landing and switch gears over to the business side, I just wanted to let you guys know we also have our own exclusive marketplace with our own signature product line of products that you could also purchase. Okay, so you get all of that plus more, and this is basically what you pay, right? So the cool thing about our program is it's not $10,000, as you can see. It's not even $1,000. You pay a one-time initial activation fee. It's only $450, but here's the thing. Our goal is to give you back more than you give us. So out of the $450 you spend, we give you back $600 worth of travel right away to book your very first reward escape. So the moment you sign up, you can actually book your very first trip with the same money you used to sign up. Then my favorite part of the program is our optional and waivable monthly subscription. So the way it works is you pay $99 a month, but here's what's cool. Out of the $99 a month you pay, we actually give you all of it back to book more trips with. And on top of that, we have a referral program. So I mentioned that it's waivable, right? Because if you, let's just say, refer 6 family members and friends who want to save money and travel, and as long as you have 6 active members in your referral network, you never pay a monthly fee, which I love. Okay. But even if you did pay it, here's the cherry on top. On your 1-year anniversary, we're actually going to gift you a complimentary yearly trip on us. It's like a thank you trip for being a loyal member. So every dollar you put into it, you're basically getting back. Okay. So that's pretty much how our membership works. This is the most expensive membership that we have. We have alternatives, but this is definitely where you get the most bang for your buck. Now, as I get ready to wrap up the business side, I just want to emphasize one last time why I'm in this business specifically. So I was shown this cash flow quadrant years ago by a wealthy mentor of mine, and he basically said this is the 4 ways to produce income in the world. He said, if you're on the left side of this quadrant, like the majority of people, then you're trading time for dollars. As an employee where you have a job, or as a self-employed person where you own a job. Think about it. Most self-employed people, they go into the business to own the life, but what happens is they find themselves working more on that business than they did on their job. And now they find themselves working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, and that business owns them as opposed to them owning the business. So my mentor had mentioned years ago that the goal is to get to the right side of the quadrant, because on the right side, you're either an investor where your money works for you, or you're a big business owner where you own a system. So think about it. Think about the franchises that you know, the ones that you love, from Starbucks to Chick-fil-A to Chipotle. When was the last time you actually saw a franchise owner in the actual franchise? You probably have never even seen them. In fact, you may even have seen teenagers running the entire operation. So why is that? Because they own a system. And system is an acronym that means saving yourself some time, energy, and money. How many of you can use a little bit of that? Now, secondly, you need what we call leverage income. And leverage income is the idea that it's much better to have 1% the effort of 100 people as opposed to 100% of your own effort. If you're going to scale wealth at the highest levels, you need a team of people to do so. And lastly, my mentor said, if you want not only financial freedom, but time freedom, you need what we call passive residual income. Now, many of you probably know about residual income through real estate investing. Maybe you've heard about it through actors who still get paid residual for work they did back in the day. Like Will Smith still gets paid a residual income from Bad Boys 1 he shot over a quarter century ago, right? So residual income is what we call mailbox money. I remember hearing the billionaire Warren Buffett say that if you cannot find a way to get paid while you sleep, you will simply work until you die. And I remember that really hitting home for me, because in my mind, I'm like, I need to figure out a way to get paid while I sleep. I need leverage. I need a system. And this is how we do it here with Viago. In fact, we have all 3. So it's pretty cool. Now, Viago, as a brand ambassador, right? You can actually own your own business within Viago. And this is for 3 types of entrepreneurs. So if you're the person that doesn't have a lot of time, this business is perfect for you. Because it's not about the amount of time you put in, it's about the amount of people you show with the little time that you have. Secondly, if you don't have a lot of money right now, that's another reason why this business is perfect for you, because all you pay is $49. That $49 actually gives you your very own website where you can track the growth of your organization. You can set up your commissions. In fact, we pay out weekly. You can build out your paycheck where you can be getting compensated every single week. And there's no monthly overhead. All you pay is once a year. If you decide to renew it, you pay $99, but there's no monthly overhead. In the world of business, that's called a unicorn. It's unheard of. You never hear of a business that you can run with essentially no overhead. Remember, you could even waive the monthly fee. So lastly, this is for the person that doesn't want to do all the selling. So if you don't want to be at the forefront selling Viago, you technically don't have to. Think about the person who invited you here tonight. Even Sherry, she's an industry legend. And she doesn't even have to present. Why is that? Because she has leverage. You bring your guests, we do the rest. That's as simple as this business is. So I can't think of a simpler business that you could possibly run on top of what you already have going on. So as I get ready to kind of go a little bit into the business side, we have about 5 different ways to earn income. I'm going to go over 2 for the sake of time. The very first thing, many of you guys are probably familiar with affiliate marketing. You probably see influencers on Instagram or people promoting different products. So we have what you call a direct bonus, which is kind of like an affiliate commission. And you're going to get paid $100 for every single one of those $450 members you enroll. Okay, so that's a pretty generous direct commission, right? Now, that's not where the big money is made, though. Let's just say you bring in 6 because you want to waive that monthly fee. What's going to happen is you're going to make at least $600, but you're also going to have a free membership at this point. But here's what happens that's very powerful. Remember the concept of leverage. So those 6 people, what are the odds that a few of them are probably also going to want to waive their monthly fee? What are the odds that some of them may also want to make money? One thing that I know after traveling all around the world is the number one demand in the world is the demand to make more money. It just is, right? And if those 6 people start to grow this business, and let's say you get to a minimum of 10 members throughout your referral network, what happens is you unlock residual income. Okay. Now, when I got to a 6-figure income in this business, I personally enrolled about 34 people. When I got to the 7-figure level, the very top of the compensation plan, I enrolled about 55 people. Those 55 people grew all around the world through the power of referrals. 90% of them I never even met. And that's what I love, is that you may just start out with 6, but it starts out in your local town or your local city, and then it expands to the UK, to Canada. Remember, we're in 65 countries worldwide. And with just as little as 500 members, you can be making $5,000 a month residually, and that's just 1 out of 5 different forms of compensation. So this is how much we make based off of the amount of members that you have. And what I love about it is that you don't only benefit off of what you do, you can potentially benefit off of the people who brought you in. Okay, so whoever enrolls you, you can potentially have them add members in your organization. We like to call it love from above. And this is essentially what you're making. Now, I like to focus on the 25 members left, 25 members right. As you can see, $500 a month, but that's just not $500 a month. That's over $6,000 for the year. You understand? What if you just got 6 and those 6 eventually grew to 50 members? The average residential property in the United States of America pays out about $500 a month in passive income. What's harder? Investing $250,000 in a brand new residential property, or helping a few people grow their business in this by just inviting guests to see the information? This is a much simpler approach, and you could even make the big money. You can make over $85,000 a month, which is a 7-figure income every single year. So I love to share this. I call it the Keep It Real slide. And basically this says this. For those who are asking, like, okay, this seems very simple. What's the catch? It seems a little too good to be true. And if you're thinking that, here's the thing. If you show 0 people, you make $0. It's as simple as that. This is an actual business. It's not a get rich quick, because let's be real, usually get rich quick just means get broke faster. It's not a lottery ticket. It's not something where the people at the top make all the money or the people at the beginning, if that's what you're wondering as well, because my wife and I have surpassed the vast majority of people who came before us. Okay, so it's an equal opportunity for just about anyone. You can come in today and be the #1 income earner within your first year. So that's what I love about it. And we do have a world-class training system. This was actually our last event, the one that Sherry mentioned where I was speaking. Our next one is going to be in Atlanta. So you're going to want to be in attendance. You'll get to meet myself, Sherry, Rika, a bunch of really cool people. Soda actually does the production. So we have some epic people that you'll get to meet and other millionaires in the company who are going to teach you how to build this business at the highest levels. We like to call it edutainment because part of it is educational, but the other part is just pure entertainment. We have so much fun at these events. And what I love about it is for those of you who are aspiring motivational speakers, you can actually get certified through our company to become a certified trainer and speak on stages all around the world. I got to speak like a couple of weeks ago in Oklahoma City. Who would have thought this kid from Brooklyn would be speaking in Oklahoma City to a bunch of country folks, but it was just a beautiful thing. And that's what I love is the fact that, you can speak and impact people all around the world with this incredible platform. So as I wrap up, to go all in with the travel, the business, everything is about $500 one time that you never spend again. But remember, we're going to give you back $600 worth of travel right away to book your very first trip. Then you have the $99 a month subscription. Get 6, pay no more. Even if you don't get 6, you still get it all back to book your travel for the year. Then on your 1-year anniversary, remember you get that complimentary yearly trip. It can be a cruise, it can be a boutique hotel, it can be a trip to Mexico. We have different options that you can pretty much get with your yearly getaway, which is pretty cool. Now, I always mention this alternative pack. Remember, we're in 65 countries worldwide. Sometimes, we're doing business in third world countries as well. And I do love just mentioning a basic pack that we have is called the standard membership. And we have a membership as little as $50 a month. And as you can see, the initial is a lot more affordable. The difference between the two, just so that you know, is that with the $500 membership, you get way more bang for your buck. You're going to get 100% of your points back every single month. This one, you only get back 50% of your points. And with this one, you also get that yearly trip. And this one, you do not. Okay, so for those of you who are on a super, super tight budget, get in where you fit in. But my recommendation is definitely upgrade as soon as possible with this one. Okay, so as we wrap up here, the last thing that I'll say is timing is everything. You guys, this is like hearing about Facebook in the dorm room or Google in the garage. You're hearing about Viago within the first 6 months. I don't know about you, but I believe in divine intervention. I believe sometimes we're at the right place at the right time, hearing from the right people. And I just believe that that's the case for you. And the cool thing about it is you're not only benefiting off of what you do, again, you can possibly benefit off of all of the momentum happening within the company. This is the very best time to be a part of our company because would you rather get in the plane while it's already in the air or before it takes off? Absolutely before it takes off. So get on the plane. And as I get ready to wrap up and bring the living legend Sherry up herself, I just want to say this, guys. What do you got to lose? Honestly, worst case scenario, you take a trip with the same money you used to sign up. If you don't like it, you cancel it. There's no long-term contracts. There's no cancellation fee. So you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain, right? Best case scenario is you join us on the beaches of the world. You get to meet some incredible people, you get to have some incredible experiences, and possibly you get to change your financial legacy for the rest of your life, right? Where your children's children can benefit from the work that you do in this lifetime. Okay. And if there's any recommendation, if there's anything that I would ask from you, it's simply this. For those of you who are going to work in the morning, and perhaps you're working a job you don't like, and you're getting ready to start the week for your 9 to 5, I just want you to ask yourself this when you're putting that key in the door to lock it for the day before you go off to work. I want you to ask yourself, is this it? Is this it? Did I simply come on this earth to work my tail off for somebody else, pay bills and die? And if that's not the case, join us on the beaches of the world. Because again, you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. And one thing that I can tell you, it may not necessarily be the easiest path, but the juice is worth the squeeze. And it'll absolutely be worth your time. And we will help you every step of the way. So thank you so much. God bless you all. I'm actually going to bring up some people who've had some major success here. And I'm excited because we actually have Sherry coming back on. She's going to bring up a few people, but I also have one of my teammates, Lisa Burton. So Sherry, if you could bring on Lisa from Philly as well. She's also doing some incredible things. But those of you who are just now jumping on, once again, I just want to bring up because I'm so grateful to be a part of this business and to have people like her who are helping to pave the way and to also, provide her mentorship, her wisdom, her leadership to a lot of us who are, at the beginning stages of our career. And she's a living legend. And for her to say, you know what, at this stage in my life, I want to start fresh. I want to start from scratch. I want to build this next billion-dollar empire with you guys. It's truly an honor. So without further ado, Sherry, Charmin, Sherry, take us away.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Josh. Everyone, did I tell you the truth? He's an amazing speaker. He comes from his heart. And it's so funny, Josh, because I sent Lisa about 10 minutes ago a message asking her if she would do a testimonial, not knowing that you'd already talked to her, because I met her in Dubai. And for all of you that are on this call and you're a guest, we can't wait for you to come on one of our escapes with us, because it seriously will change your life. Because not only will you fall in love with our community, but it was just like Lisa became one of my favorite people that I met when we were in Dubai. We hung out together, we danced together, we were like going on safaris and all these different wonderful things, together. And I just look at how powerful this community is. And I'm really excited to introduce to all of you my dearest new friend, Lisa from Philadelphia.
Well, Josh, thank you for a phenomenal presentation. It is such a pleasure to be able to be connected with you closely, helping to build a business, and just that mind of yours that is gives so much great direction, and I feel blessed. And I just love how you have such an easygoing spirit, but one that is definitely a servant leadership. And Sherry, it was a phenomenal experience to be able to meet you, the person who we wouldn't know about Muzaffar if it wasn't for you. So to really get to have some special Sherry Lisa time was invaluable. I so greatly appreciate just the gems that you dropped in, and thank you for letting me share a little bit today. So Lisa Burton, most people know me from our Zooms as Lisa from Philly. I'm born, raised, still live here. I am, excuse me, I am happily retired from 25 years in policing. Spent most of my career as a detective, and this concept of how to build a business and have residual income really spoke to me back in 2019 because the tax laws changed. I was somebody who was an empty nester, and it made my income and my husband's income look, that change made our incomes look super inflated on paper. And we had to write a check that year. I didn't like the fact that the number had a comma, and I really didn't like the number in front of the comma. But because of this industry being able to have a home-based business, online business, it was a game changer, because the following year, after engaging on the business side, we swung from owing a ridiculous amount to getting back a tax refund because of those business expenses that are our tax write-offs. And it's just been a tremendous experience to be able to share travel with others, have a positive impact, and get some tax deductions. So thanks for letting me share.
Oh, thank you so much, Lisa. And I hope everybody's paying attention to that, because when you have your own business through Viago, you're almost everything you're doing is going to be a tax write-off, because it's like you're doing your business. That is what's so powerful. And the next person I want to go to is also on the East Coast, and she's originally from Finland, and she doesn't talk about herself, but I mean, this woman has been an actress. She's an incredible top real estate agent in Newark, I mean, in New Jersey. And I look at, she's going to probably kick me for saying Newark, but for everybody that's on this call, I really want you to hear from somebody who means the world to me, and that's Rika Bettino.
Oh, Sherry, thank you so much. Yes, my name is Rika Bettino, and I have been a realtor for 25 years, and I have a team, and I've had some success. A lot of it, as I said at the beginning of this call, is attributed to what Sherry taught me. I had an advertising agency. I've had several businesses. And the one thing about real estate is, though, doesn't matter how much money I make. Doesn't matter if I have a banner year and I'm like, woo, look at me, top producer. Next year I have to start all over again. And when Sherry called me about this company, I was so excited because of first just to travel with her and Alex. My husband and I love them. And I was like, yay, let's go travel. And then I'm a numbers person and I did the math. I looked at that compensation plan backwards and forwards and inside and out. And I went, wait. This is a serious business opportunity. I can actually retire with the residual income. And so I got my six, started building the team and working with awesome friends and started ranking in the comp plan. And I'm a residual earner now, which is exciting. Mailbox money. I like that term, Josh. But so here's the thing. Opportunities are never lost. They just go to somebody else. And one of the things is this: the leadership in this company is not on trial. Viago will be a household name. The only question is, will you be talking about like, wow, I was there. I could have bought stock in Apple way back when. Will you be telling that story or will you be telling the story of, yes, I was there and I capitalized on it? It's up to you. And I just hope that you're with us traveling, having a blast. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks, Josh.
Uh,
You're awesome.
this has been a fun call, and for anyone that's on this call or you're listening to this recording, please do us a big favor. Get with the person who invited you to get on this call and or watch this call, because this could make the difference in your life. And starting right now. I mean, we're going into April, and think about it. We're already done with the first quarter of the year. What's going to happen the next three? You can get started right now and change that whole residual income. When you hear about that, I mean, it's like the best income in the world because it just keeps coming. It's like that the work you do today is going to pay off tomorrow and to the future. So we are so excited to have you come on board. And like I said, you can actually earn while you're learning here. I say that over and over again because a lot of people say, well, I don't know how to do this. Well, guess what? We'll teach you. We'll do all that for you. We will support you. We will work with you. We will cheer you on as you have success. And I don't know about you, but I like being around positive, motivated people that want to make a difference in the world. And that, my friends, is Viago. Thank you so much. Have a great day, evening, whatever time it is around the world right now. We appreciate you. God bless and have a great time in life.